Everyone will lose. Don't forget to buy designer because Gucci makes you cool. We prioritize material belongings over truth. Get a job that you can't stand so you can buy some cans of food. Go overseas and die for freedom. There's some oil we can use. Our democracy exists so that you think that you can choose. But our algorithms make you do what we want you to do. What's the problem? You're depressed. Society has you confused. We got medication for you that you'll probably abuse. Go get married to a lady who also don't have a clue. And pump out a few babies that are just the same as you.
Welcome to the system. Everyone's a victim. Doesn't matter if you're black or white. It hates you all. Here inside the system, violence is a symptom. Fighting for what's right, but somehow everyone is wrong. Welcome to the system. Everyone's a victim. Doesn't matter if you're black or white. It hates you all. Here inside the system, violence is a symptom. Fighting for what's right, but somehow everyone is wrong.
Welcome to the world, baby girl. I'll paint you pink if that's okay. We'll encourage self-destruction through the music that you play. We divided all the men by trying politics and race, and honestly, it's working awesome, so for you, we'll do the same. Never teaching you to love yourself, inject you full of hate, objectify your sexuality, then blame you for the rape, and weaponize the differences that make our men and women great. And just to screw with you, erase the genders. Everyone's the same. We'll empower you with rights to vote and fight for equal pay, then have the men turn into women and you'll fight for them again. But you thought you had it figured out, but everything has changed. Welcome to the system. Please enjoy your stay. Here's a Bible and a bottle of the...
All right, how we doing? Happy Saturday morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Mike Files. Here we go. Another installment. I checked all the sound. I checked the video. Everything's looking good. Looking good for Saturday morning. Other than, what the hell's going on out there in the world. You know what I mean? We could sugarcoat it and sit here and act like it ain't happening. But, we're just we're not going to behave like that because, the things that are going on are going on. And no amount of sitting back and acting like these things aren't happening is going to make it go away. So I'm sorry, folks. You're welcome to turn the channel. Anyway, I have been talking about the things that have gone down here regarding these horrible, tragic shootings. And it appears that there's a lot more behind the scenes than I think that we were given. Okay, I'm trying to get my hands on the what do you call it? The guy's fucking his manifesto. The kid out in Buffalo. I'm rather irritated that they just decided they weren't going to publish that. It's not that I want to read it, like I really don't care to, but there's always a but to it, and I really want to see what this kid was thinking. And number two, I want to see that it actually exists. Now, have you seen pictures of the kid when they arrested him? That kid is wearing fucking clown shoes. Now, maybe he has unusually large feet, but those kicks that kid was wearing were weird. Now, you ain't going to go in, I wouldn't think. I wouldn't think if you got all that gear, and from what everybody said about the how tactically precise he was, at least from what I've read and listened to, you wouldn't think he'd be going in there wearing that. Now here, I'm going to show you a picture right here. And this is going to show you a picture of this is going to be, okay, this is what went into that school. All right. Or I'm guessing that's around the school. We don't see the school. We can see, we've got police on the front of one of these guys. The other dude, now, look at this. Look at what's going on with this guy okay, you see the guy with the police on the front of his vest. What's he doing? Is he walking into the wind? What's he leaning on? His feet look like they're like his shoes or his boots are on the wrong foot. Is anybody else noticing this? Let me see if I can flip this around. So, okay, is that a better view? Okay. What's going on? What's he doing? How's he walking like that? What's going on here? I mean, somebody got this guy tethered off. I mean, look at this. Who stands he's got both feet together. He's got his piece. This dude's got a can of, I'm guessing would be pepper spray. And he's got his piece. And I don't know how this dude passed a physical, man. He looks like he's about 5'6" and way overweight. And what is those gloves he's wearing? I mean, those things look like fucking gardener gloves or some shit. I don't know. I mean, okay, here's his tag right there. It says state police. I don't know if you guys can see that. Okay, so he's got state police. This guy's just police. Looks like they got the same tag, though. Let's see if we can zoom in a little bit. State police, and then this guy's just... What is going on with this guy over here? Why is he... Okay. Do his feet... Does this not look like this boot is on the wrong foot to you? And how has he got that lean going? I mean, that's some serious lean. Come on. Zoom out. Look at that. How's he walking like that? I mean, I could see it if he's running. This guy looks like the guy on the other side, the guy on the right side of the screen, the state policeman, he looks like he might be contemplating doing a jog. But what is going on with that character? And let me ask you this. What's going on right here? Why is part of his helmet cut off? Okay, oh, I see. All right, he's got... What is that? I mean... I guess that's mace. I don't know. This is just look at that dude. He's like, I mean, it's like he was cut and put in there. And look at him. I mean, how is he gonna... What's he doing? I mean, it looks like he's about to just fall over. He's got both feet together. I don't know. These guys really messed this shit up down there. And I don't know what's going on, because from what they're saying and what I'm picking up is that quite possibly the Texas shooter was arrested 4 years ago making plans to pull off a grade school mass shooting his senior year with one other individual. Now, they're not saying if they know it was him or not, which to me is bullshit. You can't tell me you don't know if it was him. This shit happened 3 fucking days ago. You can't say you don't know if it was him or not. Come on. I mean, if so, then there's some people that need to be fired in Texas law enforcement, because you can't tell me if it was that kid or not. I mean, and they said, oh, it might have been sealed. Well, guess what? That dude's dead. So it doesn't really fucking matter, does it? I mean, do you really have to unseal the shit? The dude's dead. He's gone. Bye-bye. You know? Where's the dude's parents? What happened to the grandmother? Why did it take them an hour and 26 minutes for this? Or it took about 126 minutes before they announced that this guy was gone and dead. You can't tell me they couldn't get in that school. That dude sat in that classroom for over an hour. Sickening. Absolutely sickening, disgusting. And then a border agent was the one that went in and got him. You got all these police sitting there and they don't do nothing. You got to look at this. I mean, look at that vegetable head. I mean, come on. You know, you got to be kidding me. You've got to be kidding me. I mean, you could look at all that shit that guy's got on. And then they said something about they had to have a key from the school. I'll tell you what. You hear shots popping off in a fucking school. You get your ass in there. I don't give a shit. Like, these guys don't know how to break down doors. Come on. You got to be shitting me. You've got to be absolutely shitting me. It's absolutely crazy. I mean, what in the fuck is going on here? You know? It doesn't make any goddamn sense. Sorry about the noise. Hey, can we keep it down? Hey! Hang on a minute, folks. Can we keep it down? Good Lord. Got a sign on the damn door, says on air, and they're out there fucking jibber jabbering. Keep it down! Good Lord. Tell you what. It's bad enough I got the birds chirping. Anyways, sorry about that. I lost my whole train of thought now. But this is just ridiculous. And then, okay, so the kid in Buffalo, he's been supposedly, now I can't personally verify this. I'm trying to. This is an alleged. All this is alleged, including this kid in Texas being arrested 4 years ago or whatever, on a suspicion of a mass murder scheme or whatever, conspiracy. I would guess that would be allegedly. But then the other kid out in Buffalo, supposedly, allegedly, he's been in contact with a retired federal agent. Now, be that a FBI agent, federal marshal, I don't know. But there's talk going around that the guy, he knew this was coming. And let me see if I can find a picture of him. Because when he was arrested, let's see if I can go back to that one. The picture is really good. There's one picture where they got him like on the sidewalk. And I'm trying to find that manifesto because I really want to, I think we should be allowed to read it, quite frankly. As shitty as it might be to read it, and as much as I'm not saying everybody, if you don't want to, you don't have to, but I want to read it. I want to see what's up. I want to see what was going through this kid's mind. I want to see what he was thinking. I want to know. I mean, this kid down in this Ramos down there in Texas, he buys 2 AR rifles. And once again, I'm going to have to specify this is that AR does not stand for assault rifle. It stands for Armalite. Okay? Just want you to... It's no more of an assault weapon than in any other semi-automatic firearm. It does not stand for assault rifle. Okay? Let's get that out there. Let's be educated here about what we're talking about. Okay? It's no more or less deadly than any other, unless you're talking about like a fucking Confederate musket. Even that's deadly. Now you're only going to get one shot off. But, this dude was in that classroom for, the police are saying 40 minutes. But if you read the timeline, the whole thing goes on. According to the official timeline, it looks to me like, if I'm doing my math right, you got about, it appeared to be about an hour and 26 minutes before they declared him dead. Now, they were certainly quick to put a tweet out saying that they had locked the school down. And then they had parents parked outside waiting to see if their children were okay. And they're doing DNA testing they're taking DNA tests from the parent. Now, how quickly can they run a DNA test? Maybe I don't know what's up. Maybe they can do it like that. But you would think that, parents would be able to give a quick description of what their kids were at school that day, especially at that age. I mean, 4th grade, 2nd grade, 3rd grade, you're sending your kid out of the house, making sure they're dressed appropriately, dressed correct for what, I doubt the weather was bad down there, but, you're going to know what your kid was wearing. And you had kids that survived in that classroom. From what I heard, it was 2, none of this makes any sense. And then especially with this other kid, right? And especially the fact that they take down this manifesto. So supposedly 180 pages. And then allegedly he's been in discussions with a retired federal agent. He'd been taken in for a psych eval. Here's my thing. If you're that age and you got to go in for a psych eval because you've threatened to murder people, I don't care I don't care. The Second Amendment works out for who they want it to work out for, I really couldn't care less about 2A because as far as I'm concerned, I personally never, ever brandished a firearm on anybody, never threatened anybody with a firearm, and I can't ever have one. And I'm considered a violent federal felon. That's how the system works for you. You got characters like this that are known. Okay, these are known psychopaths, and they get away with this shit. And they're able to that kid from Texas is able to go buy 2 ARs and 375 rounds of ammo within like 3 days. Meanwhile, myself, never brandished, never threatened, never pointed, never even, just the fact that my firearm was used in a crime. I went and did years in prison. Can't ever get a gun. Can't ever vote. Don't have any civil fucking rights. And never will, because not only am I a felon, I am a violent federal felon. Yeah. For doing nothing. The only thing I did was try and get us the hell out of there. Ended up totaling my truck out of the whole scenario and getting sent to prison. So, hey, kiddies, think about who you're hanging out with. Think about who you're surrounding yourself with. Think about the people you're kicking it with, because, all it takes is to trust the wrong person for a matter of a few minutes, and your life can change immediately. But yet you can be one of these guys, and you can just go buy firearms and go in and shoot places up. So anybody that's pro 2A or whatever, it's all bullshit. The government decides, and obviously these 2 individuals were known. The one was certainly known. Now, I'm not saying that in regard to the alleged, conversations with a federal agent that was retired, but he was known because he had to go in for a psych eval because he had threatened murder. This guy, allegedly, now the representative from Texas, he walked it back a little bit. Said, well, that's what he was told. I mean, let me pull this doofus up. I mean, all you got to do is take one look at this doofus, and you can see this kid. I mean, look at that. I mean, that's some cold-ass dead eyes right there. Man, a scrawny little weak ass. Go in there and shoot a bunch of little kids and teachers. And then you got these fat heads, There's another photo of him. There's the politician that walked it back, right? And then you got these characters. Look at this guy. He's got a can of bee spray. This guy's falling forward. I don't know what's up with him. I still want to know what's up with it. If anybody's got any information on this photo, I would like to know, because that is one of the most messed up images. I have never seen anybody standing with both feet together. I mean, he's not running. You get that forward lean going when you're running, when you're moving. But that dude, what's going on here? Was that guy just superimposed? What's the deal here? It's a really weird photo. I'm going to have to go into I'm going to have to take that and put it into Final Cut and go and break it down, tear it apart and see what's up with that. Because that is a really, really what a bizarre deal. This guy over here on the other guy, I mean, how does he even get in that? I mean, come on. How long did it take that dude to get dressed? I mean, I'm sorry, that dude is fat. That dude is fat. Is that is that a SWAT officer? Is that what you want on a SWAT team? What's that guy gonna do? Fucking roll on you? Roll over on you? Fall on you? I mean, both of them look like Oompa Loompas. Good grief. I mean, and that's state police right there. That's state police. So that's not just from the little town. Look at these guys. What's going on here? What's he doing with that can? You got a guy in there. He's popping shots off, and I don't know what the time frame was on this photo or anything. This is just what came up. They both got helmet cams on. I mean, how long did it take him to get this whole getup on? And then they can't even go. And that guy, look, you can see that guy's titty through that fucking, all that shit. Look at that. Look at this. Right there. Look at that. Man boob. See that? Right there. Got moobs. Look at the cheeks. Jesus Christ. That guy, I mean, how do you even get the chin strap on that fucking helmet? Got a marshmallow head. There's something is stinkingly wrong about this whole damn thing. I'm telling you. I've thought so from the get-go. The further into it we get, the worse it looks. You know, it's crazy how it's just like day to day, it's something else every day. We got all this. It's like, are they trying to? What is going on here? You got the whole thing going on in Ukraine, right? They're saying, oh, well, the Russians are blockading the ports. Okay, but answer me this: what sense does it make for the Russians to put a bunch of mines out there in the Black Sea going into port, and then to offer and tell the Ukrainians that they can send their ships out, and the Russians say with their minesweepers they will make sure that they don't run into one of their own mines? Okay, does it make any sense for the Russians to throw mines out there in that water if they're wanting to come into those ports? It doesn't seem like it to me. It doesn't seem like you would throw mines out there in the water that you were trying to go in and... Here we go with the camera again. Between the yelling and hollering and the fucking camera. Jesus Christ. Amazing I can get anything done. But between these things, why would they do that? What sense does it make? It doesn't make any fucking sense for the Russians to do that at all. I mean, I don't know. You tell me. If you're planning on taking over a port city like Odessa, would you go throw a bunch of mines out in the water? If you're planning on going in there and then shutting it down, blockading it? And would you offer? And that's part of the thing with sanctions too, okay? Sanctions, you're not allowed to block that type of stuff. You're not allowed to block fertilizer, wheat, things like that. So with the sanctions that have been put on Russia and the lack of the fertilizer coming out, that's part of what can't be sanctioned. If you look it up, international law, it's right there. You can find it easy enough. I can look it up right now and tell you, but there's just a lot of things going on right now that seem to be pretty well by design. And it's just one thing after another. And now with these fucked up shootings that have happened, that's being put, look at that fucking stupid ass Beto O'Rourke. He's down there fucking grandstanding like a little shit ass. You've got 19 dead kids, 2 dead teachers. You got 10 dead folks in Buffalo. And that was weird too, that guy it was all about shooting black people, but the first person he shot was a white lady. And I don't know if they took that. I think they took that footage down. I saw it right away. He jumps it. He goes to the back end of the parking lot, mutters some shit to himself, flips around, parks right out front, pops out the vehicle, levels his firearm, and he shoots a white lady. Dead. First victim. Then he goes in, so that's number one. He goes in and proceeds to, I think 2 victims were white and the rest were black. Okay, I want to see the manifesto. I think we all have a right to see that. I want to see it. I really would rather not, but I'd like to at least see what was going through this kid's mind, if in fact it exists. Because when you don't show something, when you just take it down, now here's the other thing. Here's another problem that I have, okay? Person like me, okay? I'm honest with y'all. I don't sit here and try and perpetuate lies or propaganda or anything like that. I come out at one point, tell you about my experience with the COVID. I come out at another point, and I reference a medical paper from an accredited university with medical doctors, medical students cited in it. I mean, if there's something wrong with that paperwork, with that study, then deal with that. But they instead, no, I get banned for 1 week first of all. And then I catch a 2-week ban for those things, okay? Just for telling the truth, for telling one about my experience, and also telling everybody that, hey, this is just my experience. I'm not recommending anything to anybody. I'm just telling you how it went. And then citing a study, putting the study up on my podcast so everybody could see it, so everybody could reference it themselves. And I'm shut down for medical misinformation. Yet you've got one shooter who is live streaming the shit on Twitch and has apparently put things out there in other places. Not taken down, no flag. Allegedly, he's talking to a retired federal agent. He's just fine. He just goes right ahead and does his thing. Other kid putting his shit out there on social media, Instagram posts with his guns, supposedly, allegedly arrested 4 years ago with another kid. They were calling each other by the names of the Columbine shooters. These two that were arrested in Texas. Now, they're not saying now all of a sudden if it was this Ramos kid or not. They came out, that representative from Texas came out and said that it was. Then he walked it back. I don't know if it was or not. I was just told it was. Dude's talking to somebody on some goofy platform. I don't even know what it's called. It's probably one of those video game fucking platforms where these fucking idiots play video games and put it out there. I mean, what is that? I still don't understand what that is. I'm going to play my video game and put it on fucking Twitch. I mean, what the fuck? Who wants to watch some fucking doofus play fucking video games? I guess people do. I don't know. That's my idea of a good time. Sit around and watch some jackwagon kid fucking play Halo or some shit. Oh, this is a lot of fun. Well, this is a great time. How about that for entertainment? I mean, what happened to movies and TV shows and shit? I mean, Jesus Christ. Yeah, sit there and watch some doofus play fucking Call of Duty. That's the problem with this fucking world. We have enough time to waste that we can put videos of us playing video games onto a platform that was designed for people playing video games to film themselves playing video games. What? What in the hell is going on here? So these guys are getting, I mean, these guys, the warning signs were out there everywhere with these two individuals. As far as I could see, it was out there. It was all over the place. But then you got a guy like me. Nobody. I always say, I got 3.2 listeners. I tell the truth about something. I don't even say anything bad. I just tell the truth. I just say, this was my experience and this is what I did. And then, hey, isn't this a weird study right here? Look at what they've found here. Put that up. Medical misinformation. Citing a fucking accredited university's study. And I'm off. For 2 fucking weeks. Yet, we got these two fatheads that are, one of them's falling forward. I don't even know. I got to figure out more about this picture because it's just befuddling to me. I don't even understand what's up with that. I don't know how he's even standing, what he's doing. And then you got the guy with the bee spray and he's wearing these, I don't even know what those gloves are. He's got more gear on. He's got like glow in the dark, he's got glow sticks and I can't even tell what else he's got there in his tactical gear. And he's got a man titty. He's got a man boob sticking out the side of that thing. And he got fucking chipmunk cheeks. Good grief. I mean, I'd be terrified of those guys. Woo-wee. He's got his piece strapped off to his to that strap. Which I suppose is, yeah, that's probably part of it. I don't know. I'm not an expert on these things. But I know he's got a man boob sticking out the side of his damn thing. I don't know. It doesn't make much sense, ladies and gentlemen. It really doesn't. The whole thing stinks. And I can't even imagine what those parents went through having to sit there and get a DNA test to find out if their children are. I mean, has anybody heard of that happening before? I haven't. Maybe it has. I'm not saying it hasn't. Maybe it has. I'm just wondering if anybody else has ever heard of that happening. I can tell you what, though. I can tell you this much. If we were to go and rewind the clock and take it back to when I was in 4th grade. Now, there was never anything like this happened when I was in school. The first one happened, like I said, I believe on April 20th, 1999. It was Columbine. But I can guarantee you ain't keeping my parents out of that school. You are definitely not keeping my mom back. You're not keeping my pops back. I mean, they are coming in. If that's me, I'm going in. If the cops are too chicken shit, I'll go in. I'll go in with nothing. I'll go in with my goddamn pocket knife. And I'll get in that door or go through a window or whatever. I mean, it's easy to go in when you got a classroom full of little children that are sitting there in their desks at school and just start popping off. But you know what? When you got a full-grown man running at your ass with a whatever, knife, I don't care, baseball bat, you name it, you give me anything. I'll go after him with a fucking ink pen. Dude better not start shaking. Miss a couple of shots there and you're going to be eating that gun. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't know what happened with this thing, but it was seriously it was a pretty big screw up, or there's something else behind it. I don't know. I'm not saying anything one way or another. I don't know. It just, it doesn't add up. And then, you go and you, let me pull up a photo of that dude's vehicle. Okay. So he stole his grandmother's truck, right? This Salvador Ronaldo Ramos steals his grandmother's truck, okay? And he supposedly wrecks the thing. So he shoots his grandmother in the face, okay? He takes off, all right? Now his grandmother, she has to go across the street is what they said, and use a phone. Now, why did she not have a phone? Did he take the phone? I'm just trying to read through this here. There's some photos of the truck, but they're not very good. But I'll pull them up so everybody can see them. You can see the truck. It's down there in that irrigation ditch looking thing. On the driver's side, though, like the two axles are like busted. And I was mistaken. I thought the other one was too on the other side, but it's just on that left side. But here's the thing is, how do you get in there? There's a gate. Okay, there's a fence. I mean, let's see if I can't. I'm trying to zoom in on this thing. I don't know. That's the Pudge brothers. I know I had a site up there that had a photo of that truck. Anyways, there we go. There we go. Let's look at this. Okay, so, all right. Now, which way did he go into that ditch? See that back axle? The front one looks much the same, and the front of that truck is all beat up. Look at that door. The door is all screwed up. They said he got out, he exchanged some rounds, and then just minutes prior to him going into school, they said that the door that he went in had been propped open. Why is that? I mean, this is a community that's roughly the size of Cody, a little bit bigger. I think I saw it was 15,000 and change. Here we're 10 and change, maybe 11. When I go down to the middle school, you go through like an airlock. You have to push a button. Somebody comes to the window. You have to talk to somebody. They're not pushing the button that lets you through until they know who you are. And there's no other door that you can get through. So why in the world would somebody leave a door to that school propped open? Teachers, administrators, anybody working at office people, anybody working at a school at this day, I mean, they know everything stays locked up. You do not want to have an entrance for somebody to come in. You can't get into a school here. When my son was in elementary school, same thing. You go in, you push the button. They look at you through the camera. You know, they know who you are. They push the button. They let you in. You can't just go sashaying in there. And you're not coming in through a side door either. Everything is locked. Every door. You can't just go and show up and just go walking through a door at a school anymore. Why was that? Why was this able to? Why did this happen here? Just telling you, folks, think critically about these things. You know, I mean, when this many things don't add up, when you got a guy that has been arrested with somebody else, allegedly, I mean, why would that one representative say, Gonzalez, why would he say that had happened and then walk it back? Was he told to walk it back? I mean, as somebody who's a representative, a politician, whatever, I mean, one would think that you don't just go out half-cocked and say shit like that you don't have backed up. I mean, that's your political career on the line right there. Anytime somebody walks something back, there's a reason for it. Now, do politicians say stupid shit? Certainly they do. But are you going to say something like that about this if you don't know that that's the kid? If you don't know that that's the one of them that was arrested and jammed up, saying that they were going to do a mass casualty event their senior year of high school in 2022? It's not a big community. I mean, why would that guy come out? Why would that Gonzalez come out and say that if he didn't know it to be true? That doesn't make much sense. I mean, you know, and then walk it back. I mean, that's potential political suicide right there. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I know that I don't try and say anything unless I know it to be true. That's why I'm saying everything is allegedly. This is just the stuff I'm reading that came up early this morning. I've been watching this stuff go on here for a good number of hours, number of days. And from jump, I thought something wasn't on the level. You know, I believe that there was the same type of thing that happened in Parkland. If I remember right. I could be wrong, but it seemed like they sat outside of that one too, and we had the same kind of issue. I mean, I understand. Okay, you got somebody in there firing away, but guess what? If you're law enforcement, man, you took that oath, man. And like I said, I don't know a single officer here in the town where I live that would have been sitting outside during this. Not a one of them. I don't know a single one that would have sat outside. Not a one of them that I know would be sitting outside. Those cats would be going in there, and they would be, come on. He's sitting out there trying to settle parents down while there's some dude locked in a fucking schoolroom with the kids popping shots off, killing 2 teachers, 19 kids, 21 people. Add him on the body count for 22. Something's not right here. Something's not right. And I'm sitting here looking at this picture of this truck. How in the hell did that truck get splayed out like that? That's just a little irrigation ditch. I don't see any tire tracks going in there. If he went off the ones, I mean, the only way he's going to get that back tire splayed out like that is if he goes off. But you got that, there's a big iron pipe, like bar, rail across like a little bridge there. It doesn't make any sense how he went in like that and just came to a complete stop that close to what appears to be a bridge. I don't know. And then he gets out, fires off a couple shots, and is able to run in that back door that had just been propped open. I want to know who did that. It doesn't make any sense. This doesn't make any sense. The whole goddamn Ukraine thing with everybody saying, oh, the Russians are blocking the ports. Okay, maybe so. Maybe they're stupid enough that they're going to go in there and they're going to dump a bunch of mines into the water of a place that they want to blockade. It doesn't seem too brilliant to me, does it? I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm not a military strategist. It's all about just strategery. So on that note, I'm going to cut it loose. I got the rest of a tree to go cut down. Dope fronts to make. Good times on Saturdays. I hope you all have more fun than I do today. Maybe we'll catch it up later tonight. Hopefully we'll get Ricardo back in the studio here soon. And we'll go from there. A shout out to everybody that's supporting the show. If you feel so inclined, it's a big help if you hit the like button and the subscribe button. No obligation to you, no goofy emails, nothing like that. You're just doing me a solid, helping me out with this thing. If you gain any value from it. If not, no obligation either way. As we say out here, be good at it, and all things be kind, and ultimately do no harm. I'm going to take you out again with some, we're going to go out with some Tom MacDonald, his new track called The System. I think it's kind of fitting for today. Enjoy the little meme show. I'm going to try and put some more together maybe later today, and I'm out. So, peace.
Welcome to the world, baby boy. I'll paint you red and white and blue. The indoctrination starts as soon as you come out the womb. Pretty quick, we'll make you stupid with curriculums at school. And if the classroom doesn't do the trick, we'll make you watch the news. Pick your team, right or left, take the red pill or the blue. You can vote, but even if you win, still everyone will lose. Don't forget to buy designer because Gucci makes you cool. We prioritize material belongings over truth. Get a job that you can't stand so you can buy some cans of food. Go overseas and die for freedom. There's some oil we can use. Our democracy exists so that you think that you can choose. But our algorithms make you do what we want you to do. What's the problem? You're depressed. Society has you confused. We got medication for you that you'll probably abuse. Go get married to a lady who also don't have a clue, and pump out a few babies that are just the same as you.
Welcome to the system, everyone's a victim. Doesn't matter if you're black or white, it hates you all. Here inside the system, violence is a symptom. Fighting for what's right, but somehow everyone is wrong. Welcome to the system, everyone's a victim. Doesn't matter if you're black or white, it hates you all. Here inside the system, violence is a symptom. Fighting for what's right, but somehow everyone is wrong.
Welcome to the world, baby girl. I'll paint you pink if that's okay. We'll encourage self-destruction through the music that you play. We divided out of men by trying politics and race, and honestly, it's working awesome, so for you, we'll do the same. Never teaching you to love yourself, inject you full of hate. Objectify your sexuality, then blame you for the rape. And weaponize the differences that make our men and women great. And just to screw with you, erase the genders. Everyone's the same. We'll empower you with rights to vote and fight for equal pay. Then have the men turn into women and you'll fight for them again. But you thought you had it figured out, but everything has changed. Welcome to the system. Please enjoy your stay. Here's a Bible and a bottle of the cheapest booze we make. Find a man who can take care of you to fill the holes we made. Buy a house and settle down, fulfill your duty, procreate, and make a couple babies who will also do the same.
Welcome to the system, everyone's a victim. Doesn't matter if you're black or white, it hates you all. Here inside the system, violence is a symptom. Fighting for what's right, but somehow everyone is wrong. Welcome to the system, everyone's a victim. Doesn't matter if you're black or white, it hates you all. Here inside the system, violence is a symptom. Fighting for what's right, but somehow everyone is wrong.
Welcome to the world, everybody. I'ma paint you black and white. I'ma make you hate each other so that everyone will fight. I'ma give you our religion, let the righteous find the light. But I will also give you science to oppose the word of Christ. And I'ma give you borders, they're imaginary lines. If you cross them, go to war and win when everybody dies. And I'ma give you money that you'll value more than life. And let the 1% have everything while you fight to survive. And then I'll give you politics, I'll call it left and right. And while you divide yourselves, I will conquer both the sides. Can't you see? I'm the system, my whole purpose is divide. What you choose will never matter because everything is mine.